Hello everyone, it is week 8, so it's my turn to do the YouTube presentation. So my topic for the article was supposed to be motivation, and I'll be honest, when I first got that, I didn't know what to look for. When I think of motivation, I think in food service management, I think of managers trying to motivate their team to do something better, but I thought it might be impossible to find some kind of article about that. So I basically looked for whatever I could to see if it had motivation tied into it. And then a few weeks ago, I found this article from the Los Angeles Times about a hotel. Let's see. The Lux Sunset Boulevard Hotel in Brentwood, which is right around the Bell area, so you know it's a really rich area. They hosted a polling for elections, so people from that area could go to this hotel for free and cast their ballot. I found this really cool. I didn't know hotels were used in that way, especially some of the more expensive hotels, and I saw it as motivation for the public to come check out the hotel and to also be a little patriotic and cast their ballot. So it's not just that the hotel hosted the election or the voting, it's that they did such a fine job of it. It says right as they walked up or drove up, there's valets waiting to offer complimentary parking. And then free finger sandwiches, free Chinese takeout. Well, not really Chinese takeout, but here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Free appetizer, as I might say, served in Chinese takeout style. And then, of course, there's also tea and cookies. So it seemed really fancy, and this was at the voting, and which people really don't think about when they're going to vote. They think of long lines, and they think of waiting, and they think of being late for work. So I think this was a really good job. So yeah, like I said, it motivates the public to come and vote. It motivates them to check the hotel out, and what was really good marketing, in my opinion, was that the hotel offered discounts for those who came to vote. So one of the discounts, let's see where I have it here, was they discounted the room rates to $185, and a suite on average is $250, an average room is $250, while a suite can cost up to $1,200 a night. So I mean, it's a discount for sure for the average room rate. But for sure it makes people want to come back for more because they've tasted what they've had to offer. They got free Wi-Fi. The entire staff was extremely helpful in getting them to where they needed to be, and I think it was a really good job. Now, I wanted to find another article about the election that would shine light on how other polling places would do it. So I didn't find as much an article as I found a transcript, for the PBS Public News Hour, and it was an entire hour focused on what the election was like for most people. And of course that included the long lines, that included being late for work. It said one woman actually was late for work for 2 hours, and she had actually gotten there pretty early. And then at the worst areas in Florida, this was based in Florida, some people waited 7 hours just to vote, which is why, in case anybody was watching, Florida was one of the later states. They have the law where if you show up before it closes at 7, you can still vote, but you have to wait the entire line. So obviously people aren't motivated to come to this, and it's surprising because it also said fewer voters showed up this year as compared to 2008, but the lines were still hectic. So I'm not saying that all hotels should come onto this idea, but it's definitely a good idea to look into what the current events are going on and how you can take advantage of that and motivate people to come into your business to check it out. So obviously the election happens every 4 years, so that's something that they do, and to do this for just one day to offer all this complimentary stuff and discounts, I'm sure it pays off in the long run. They have a lot of rich people that probably come in to spend at the hotel after that. And like if an average polling place were to take away from this, they might offer refreshments or something along these lines. Obviously they can't offer 5-star finger sandwiches, but I think if someone were to want to promote their hotel, their small business, whatever, what have you, this is a really good step to take. So let's see. And this was also something I found very, very interesting. One of the young people who actually lives in the area, she said she was actually going to do an absentee vote, so voting early without actually having to go in, and just coming to the hotel and seeing what they had, it changed her whole experience. And she also commented on how the future votes are going to be for her if she's not going to be experiencing this the entire time. So obviously the hotel made an impact, and she's motivated to come back next 4 years. So all in all, they did a really good job at this, and I think we can all take away from this experience. And that's about it.